Yeah, hi guys and welcome to another video. Today we are going to look at RACECRAFT Online. As brief as possible, and I'm trying to get across as much information that I found out about as possible. First of all, when you register for the platform, which is quite easy, just go to RACECRAFT Online, racecraft.online, and you have to link your Steam account with your email address. It's self-explanatory. I don't have to show it really. You will see something like this here. You can sort the races that are up in the next half hour by license level, which we do at the moment, in order to show you how it's organized. When you start out in the rookie license. There are different licenses, we get into that in a moment. You start out at the rookie. You look at the upcoming races and decide which one you want to take part in. So you've got now, for example, you've got the Formula Inter at Cadwell Park, then you've got the Copper Classic B at Londrina Long, you've got the G40 Cup at Nords and Historic Nords, and the same car, the Cup again at Cadwell. Let's say we want to race at Cadwell in the G40 Cup. Before we can do that, we have to do a 3-lap challenge. So we have to register for the practice server. We click on it and the system takes a moment, and then it gives us the server name. There we are, and you put that into your filter at your AMS2 multiplayer menu, or you search for the server manually. I would recommend using the filter, it's much easier. You join the server and then you do the 3-lap challenge, meaning that you have to do 3 consistent laps without any incidents, any off tracks whatsoever. If you have an off track on your 3rd lap, it starts all over again. The system tells you when it's done. As soon as you're done with that, you get out of there and you can register for that race, for that series that is. So you don't have to do it again for your next race, just once. If you want to do, for example, the Copa Classics later on, you have to do the 3-lap challenge for that series again, once. So that's the way it works, essentially on every series. Which is a good thing, because it just makes sure that you at least have an understanding, let's put it that way, of what the track is about, if you haven't seen it before. Very, very good. Pace, not important. Just, you know, have to make sure that you do 3 clean laps. Let's look at the rating, what that's all about. When you look down here, you see 3 rating numbers. You've got a pace rating. In my case, that's 60 at the moment. You've got a safety rating, 87, and a consistency rating, 90. The pace rating is only important for the matchmaking system in RACECRAFT Online, meaning that whenever you've got a lot of people registering for a race, more than a server could handle. It's different from series to series how many as far as I know, how many people can race together on one server. Let's say it's the max grid is 15. I just take a number in order to, you know, explain. Let's say the max grid is 15. As soon as there are more than 15 people registering, the system has to split those into 2 splits or 3 splits or whatever. And that's where the pace rating comes into effect. The top rated guys are on the top split, and so forth, going down, second split, third split, whatever, how many splits there are needed. That's it. For everything else, especially for the promotion system, you know, getting from rookie to bronze, eventually to silver, gold, and so on, the safety rating and the consistency rating is essential. Safety rating is based on your incidents per minute. So that means that you shouldn't rage quit. I mean, if you happen to be in a race, in a frustrating race, and after 2 minutes you crash out, you have loads of incidents, you have to go to the pits, whatever. Don't rage quit. Stay in there, do your race as a back marker, because important is not only how many incidents you have, but also in which time you've had these incidents. So it makes a difference, obviously, if you have 10 incidents in 1 minute, or if you stay in the race, you have 10 incidents or 12 incidents in 15 minutes. So I think that should be clear. Don't rage quit. Consistency, pretty much self-explanatory. Describes lap consistency, meaning your lap time consistency. As consistent your lap times are, the better your consistency rating. So when we look at the licenses, the race licenses, we see that it is done in that order. So you get promoted from rookie to bronze, then to silver, then to gold, then to platinum. Alien, haven't seen Alien. It's a joke. It's a meme. So when you start out at rookie, you have to have at least 5 races in that license before you are considered getting promoted. After those 5 races, the system looks at your safety and your consistency rating, and both of these have to be at least 60 in order to get promoted. As soon as you are in bronze and you decide to race in the bronze racing license series, for example the GT Force, same thing, 5 races at least, and then the system looks at your rating. If it's 70 safety and 70 consistency, you get promoted to silver, and so on and so forth. Important to know is that the same thing can happen the other way around. So the system always looks after five races in your license. After you've joined your new license, it always looks at the last 5 races. So, for example, just to make sure that I make this point clear. For example, you get promoted from bronze to silver. You do your 5 races in the silver license, and after those 5 races, your rating is not high enough in order to get promoted to gold. So you stay in silver, you do 2 more races, and then the system looks at the last 5 races you did, not at all 7 races. If your rating drops, if you happen to be in silver and the system looks at your last 5 races and your last 5 races weren't that good, and your rating drops below the 70 on consistency or safety, you get demoted. And after the demotion, you have to do again at least 5 races to be able to be considered to get promoted. I hope I made that clear. Okay, that's the way it works at the RACE license rating requirements. But RACECRAFT Online is not only about just racing and having fun. You can also participate in championship rankings. So when we look at these stats here, you can look at your stats. You have your racing history, you have your race history. And me, for example, I raced 4 times in the Ginetta G40 Cup. So this is the series. We are in season 3 at the moment, and every season consists of 6 weeks. Every week the track changes. On the first week in season 3, the Ginetta G40 Cup was at Taruma International. On week 2 it was at Silverstone International. On week 3, happening right now, it's at Cadwell. Next week it will be at Brasilia Alta, then Brands Hatch Indy, then Cascavel. So it's a 6-week championship season. For the standings, it's important to know that only the 4 best results will get into consideration for the championship standings. Let's look at the standings here. So you can select season 3, then you select your series where you are participating in. You can participate in as many series as you want, as long as you are eligible for it, license level wise, you know. So Ginetta G40 Cup, there you have it. Loads of people in here. 294 people have raced in the series so far. You can select the week. Let's look only at this week at Cadwell Park. So 245. Jesus Christ. At the moment, Clear Vision is leading the standings this week with a points average of 28.66. Grandpa Bear. I know him. He's in 3rd at 26.16. Me, I don't know. I'm here. 58 with 12.5. So might wonder, what is this points average? How does it work? We're going to look at it. Let's see. In my case, I did 4 races at Cadwell Park. So the system, as long as you don't do more than 4 races, the system takes your best result, and that's your points for this week. In my case, my best result was race number 3 out of 4 with a 12.5. The other races had a lower point result. But if you are doing more than 4 races a week, then the system, just wait a second, I have to check. Where do I have it? There we are. There we are. Okay. So if you did more than 4 races, for example 8, the system takes 75%, the best 75% of these races. 75% of 8 races is 6, so it takes the 6 best results out of these 8 races. So in that case, race number 3 and race number 5 get thrown out, and the other points get added together. So that's 55 points, and then the system takes these 55 points and divides it through the number of races. 6 in that case. 75% of the total number of races you did that week. In that case, that would be a average point total of 9.16. So that's the way it works. Important to know is, I haven't checked that out if it's really true, but at least on the Discord, that's what they say. This is only true for official races. Official means that there are at least 6 humans on this race participating. Because another thing, I haven't mentioned it, but quite importantly and quite differently to the other platforms out there, RACECRAFT Online on AMS2, if the grid size is lower than 6, then it puts AI into it and adds them to the grid. So you never will have a situation where you are completely on your own. It might be that you are the only human, but you're not alone. At least not. At least you are surrounded by AI. So I think that's about it. That's the most important I found out at the moment. Keep in mind that all this is a work in progress. It's essentially, as far as I know, it's 2 guys who are doing this. There is no, at least so far, there's no cooperation with Razer whatsoever. So they are doing this on their own, and you can join their Discord. They are very open, it seems, to suggestions and feedback. I think it's a great thing, and it definitely is what AMS2 needed. And for me, it's great. So I hope many people will join RACECRAFT Online. I can't stress enough how much fun it is so far. All clean races I've had so far. And when you look here, for example, the Rocketeer Sunday Cup, kind of a stress test coming up on Sunday. Already 81 people registered for that. So that's amazing. I hope the service will keep stable. I hope we will have loads of fun here. Check it out if you haven't done so. Thanks for watching as always. Consider hitting the like button or even subscribing if you like. Take care. Cheers.